Good evening, you're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, for TVS Nightline. Here are the headlines for tonight. Premier Sarawak Abang Johari urges integration of high-performance chips into medical equipment to leverage the latest developments in AI. MELEXIS Malaysia launches its new building in the Samajaya Free Industrial Zone, its largest WAFER testing site in the world. ZC Energy and ACWA Power Partnership solidifies Sarawak's ambition to become the region's green energy hub. Premier Sarawak, Dato' Peninggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, recognises the rapid growth in the medical device sector due to the advancement in microelectronic and chip technology. He stresses that integrating affordable and high-performance chips into medical equipment is crucial as it can leverage the latest developments in artificial intelligence AI and generative AI.
I have had a discussion just now with the chairwoman of MELEXIS on the development and technological advancement in the chip industry. It's not only in automotive, but there is a trend of other medical devices and equipment that is very sharp and affordable chips to be placed in the equipment in terms of not only one-way but interactive chips. As you know, now is the development of AI and interactive AI and generative AI. It all depends on how the chips are designed and how the chips are produced that will give strength to the devices having a chip embedded in them.
He said this in a speech at the opening ceremony of MELEXIS, Malaysia's Sdn Bhd new building in Samajaya Free Industrial Zone, Kuching, earlier today. He described the partnership between MELEXIS and Sarawak Microelectronics Design, or SMD Semiconductor, in 2022 as a key step in advancing chip technology in Sarawak, as it can produce skilled designers who can adapt to modern advancement, particularly in healthcare. Abang Johari also emphasized the Sarawak government's dedication to closely collaborating with local institutions and universities to foster strong research and development efforts. MELEXIS, a global leader in microelectronics, aims to meet the rising global demand for semiconductors, which is expected to double in the next 10 years. The company operates 90 semiconductor wafer test equipment used to assess integrated circuits.
MELEXIS Malaysia Sendirian Berhad inaugurated the opening of its new building in the Samajaya Free Industrial Zone, its largest wafer testing site worldwide. The new facility reflects the company's core values in engineering excellence, innovation and sustainability.
MELEXIS chairwoman Francois Chombar said the company is committed to environmental, social and governance ESG principles in the long term, as the building comes equipped with advanced energy-saving systems.
Malaysians innovate with art. Our continuous search for the better solutions led us to this new, beautiful building that embodies the values of MELEXIS. Engineering the best imagined future for people and planet. And so, here we are. This new 4-story building is the tangible result of the close relationship we built with Kuching over more than a decade, with local authorities and local partners.
The new building is also expected to create many high-skilled job opportunities and promote talent development through close collaboration with local partners and universities. Meanwhile, Belgium's ambassador to Malaysia, Peter van Acker, emphasized the importance of strong economic relations between Belgium and Malaysia, highlighting the significant contributions of MELEXIS and other Belgian companies to Malaysia's semiconductor industry and overall economic growth. Van Acker stressed the vital role of the semiconductor industry in the economies of both countries and praised MELEXIS for positioning itself as a leader in semiconductor testing, research and development.
SCDC Energy Sarawak, in collaboration with Saudi Arabian company ACWA Power, are set to develop renewable energy power plants with a capacity of a 2 GW to 4 GW in Sarawak, solidifying Sarawak's renewable energy ambitions and setting it up to become the region's green energy hub.
This was revealed by Chief Executive Officer of SCDC Energy, Robert Hardin, who discussed the matter with Sarawak Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg during a courtesy call in Wisma Bapa Malaysia earlier today.
So recently, I think it was back in June, we signed an MOU to develop a project to produce green hydrogen using captive renewable energy sources. Okay, so today's courtesy call is to update YB Premier on the progress of what we have done so far, and also moving forward, what are the next steps that we need to do.
At the same time, Chief Investment Officer at ACWA Power, Thomas Brostrom, said this will bolster Sarawak's efforts towards its vision of becoming the battery of Southeast Asia.
We are very excited about the opportunities for clean energy here in Sarawak. We had the opportunity to update the Premier, which we are very thankful for. And now, next step would be to take a further look into what is the configuration of the project.
These facilities may incorporate various renewable energy sources, including large-scale solar farms, either ground or floating, biomass plants, cascading hydro systems, wind or wave energy systems, all equipped with battery energy storage system, BE. The renewable energy sources will also feed as a captive power into the integrated green hydrogen facility, which include ammonia synthesis plant to produce export-grade green ammonia.
Media professionals have been called on to provide the best coverage of Sarawak throughout the Malaysia Games Sukma 2024, scheduled to take place in the region this August. Deputy Minister in the Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and UKAS, Dato' Abdullah Saidul, stressed that the responsibility of media professionals is not only to report the results of Sukma events, but also to highlight Sarawak's political, economic and developmental progress.
Saya difahamkan ada 9 pusat media dan insyaAllah kita akan pastikan di 9 pusat media ini kelengkapan yang terbaik. Now, yang keduanya ialah pesanan daripada yang terhormat Menteri Pelancongan kita Datuk Seri Muhammad Datuk Seri Karim Hamzah. Jadi juga bila kita menyanggup mengambil tanggungjawab untuk menganjurkan Sukma ini, yang mahu kita semua berada dalam kedudukan sebagai duta Sarawak yang terbaik dalam kita mengurus semua aspek perusahaan media ini. Sebab apa yang berlaku di setiap acara yang ingin kita kongsikan dengan masyarakat di luar, bukan hanya di sekitar Sarawak, mungkin di seluruh negeri-negeri di Semenanjung yang ingin tahu perkembangan atletik mereka yang bertanding di Sarawak.
He said this during the closing ceremony of the Sukma 21st Media Centre Management Workshop at a hotel here in Kuching earlier today. Abdullah Saidul highlighted that media professionals have a responsibility to report not only on the sports events, but also to share engaging experiences and the beauty of Sarawak with media counterparts in Peninsular Malaysia.
Pastikan keselesaan sahabat-sahabat wartawan yang akan hadir di Sarawak, beri gambaran yang terbaik, beri hospitality, saya kata tak layanan, hospitality, tunjukkan bahawa generasi Sarawak yang baru lain, semangat anak bumi di dalam. Kita banyak berita yang baik tentang apa yang berlaku di Sarawak dari segi politik, dari segi ekonomi, dari segi pembangunan yang kita lakukan. Kepimpinan kita menerima menerima sanjungan, boleh dikata begitu, dan tentang bagaimana kita mengurus Sarawak dalam pelbagai aspek.
Sukma 2024 involves 9 divisions in Sarawak: Kuching, Semarahan, Serian, Seri Aman, Betong, Sibu, Mukah, Bintulu and Miri. This edition of Sukma features 37 sports with 488 events, including 236 men's events, 217 women's events, and 35 mixed events involving 12,619 athletes and officials. Sukma, introduced in 1986, has been hosted in Sarawak twice before, in 1990 and 2016.
Meanwhile, Dato' Abdullah Saidul said the preparations for the Malaysia Games Sukma 2024 could boost confidence in Sarawak's potential to host the Southeast Asian Games SEA Games in 2027. According to him, effective readiness and management during Sukma 2024 will be a key factor in boosting confidence among authorities to select Sarawak as the host for the SEA Games in 2027.
Kita juga mendengar hajat, bukan hajat lah, tawaran kepada Sarawak, belum confirm lagi, tapi kita teruja dengan tawaran itu untuk jadikan Sarawak tuan rumah Sukan SEA pada 2027. So if we can do this the best of our effort, mungkin kepimpinan kita mungkin lebih beryakinan bahawa kita mampu untuk menganjur sukan yang lebih besar sekali dalam konteks tugasan kita dari segi pusat media.
He also expressed confidence that with the dedication and hard work shown by professional staff and workers, Sarawak will successfully host Sukma 2024, thus boosting confidence to host the SEA Games 2027. Previously, 2 states, Sarawak and Penang, expressed their interest to co-host the SEA Games 2027. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Hannah Yeoh, revealed that both states are prepared to contribute funds to ensure the successful organisation of the biennial event.
Efforts to promote and strengthen the use of the Malay language among non-Malay students must be continuously empowered. The second edition of the State Level Language and Literature Festival Sarawak 2024 is seen as an opportunity to enhance understanding and mastery.
DBP Malaysia's Management Board member, Dato' Dr. Janiri Amer, said the initiative to promote the use of the Malay language is always open to various community backgrounds.
Ialah untuk meningkatkan kefahaman dan rasa cinta akan bahasa Melayu dalam kalangan pelajar bukan Melayu di Sarawak, di sekolah yang saya sebutkan tadi. 2, mewujudkan dan menyediakan wadah serta suasana penggunaan bahasa Melayu dalam kalangan pelajar supaya dapat melahirkan model penggunaan bahasa Melayu baku yang sempurna daripada segi tata bahasa, sebutan dan gaya, mewujudkan rasa kebersamaan dan bangga akan bahasa dan sastra kebangsaan dalam kalangan masyarakat pelbagai kaum.
The festival, organised by the DBP, will be enriched with 7 exciting competitions, including modern storytelling, rhythmic speech, storytelling, group singing, student forum empowerment program, and student forum, and short video clips. According to Dr. Johari, the 5-day festival from July 15th to 19th will also involve participation from 11 Chinese independent secondary schools, SMPC, across Sarawak, and 7 Chinese national type schools, SJKC, from around the Kuching area. Its objective is to produce students who are competent in expressing thoughts in the Malay language effectively and creatively, and enhance self-confidence and effectiveness in the terms of grammar, pronunciation, and style.
Welcome back. The country's labour force in May 2024 strengthened further by 0.1% to 17.15 million individuals, up from 17.12 million recorded in April, with the labour force participation rate remaining at 70.3%. Chief Statistician Datuk Seri Dr. Muhammad Uzir Mahidin said the number of employed persons remain in a positive trend, with a rise of 0.1% month-on-month to 16.58 million persons compared to 16.56 million persons in April.
Regarding the employment situation, he said the employees category comprised 75.1% of the total employed persons, an increase of 0.1% to 12.44 million persons from 12.43 million in April. Similarly, the category of own account workers showed an upward trend, with an addition of 0.3% to 3.05 million persons from 3.04 million the previous month. The actively unemployed, or those who were available for work and were actively seeking jobs, made up 79.9% of the total unemployed persons, an increase of 0.1% to 452,000 persons. Meanwhile, Uzir said the number of persons outside the labour force in May 2024 decreased slightly by 0.003% to 7.23 million persons.
Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim urged research institutions across the country to collaborate with universities and the private sector to explore and expand new fields that can benefit the people. He said this cooperation is crucial as Malaysia is still lagging behind in research compared to other countries like Brazil, India, China, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates, which are more advanced and focus on new fields.
Citing the Muhammad bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence in Abu Dhabi, UAE, Anwar said the university has focused on artificial intelligence AI technology.
Idea itu dan menyegerakan pelaksanaan fakulti Artificial Intelligence bermula di UTM dan rangkaiannya dengan semua universiti yang punya disiplin Artificial Intelligence. Ini sebagai contoh bagaimana harus ada usaha untuk menyegerakan bidang penerokaan bidang baru.
He said this during the launch of the SciPark hybrid solar power plant in SciPark Solar Merchang, Terengganu, earlier today. Also present were Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Energy Transition and Natural Resources, Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof, Terengganu Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Samsuri Mohtar, and Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein. The Merchang Hybrid Solar Power Plant LSS3 is the largest hybrid solar power plant in Malaysia, consisting of 35 megawatts of floating solar on the water surface and 35 megawatts of solar installed on land. The project, carried out by SciPark Resources Berhad, was developed according to the natural environment suitability of Terengganu, which is prone to flooding. In addition, Anwar said that the research field in the country also needs to ensure that the students in the technical and vocational education and training (TVET) field are also trained in the new fields such as solar energy.
Oleh itu, kalau ada TVET umpamanya di Mercam atau Mara yang berdekatan, saya syorkan harus ada kepakaran dari SAIPAK untuk membantu melatih rakan-rakan di Tibet di Macang. Boleh bilang Jadi itu putusan yang akan dilaksanakan dalam tempoh 2 minggu ini, iaitu melihat apa dia institusi latihan yang ada.
In this regard, he said that SAIPAK had been directed to provide a brief report on the company's plans to ensure that young people in Terengganu receive special training in the field of renewable energy. The report needs to be submitted to Fadilah within 2 weeks. Meanwhile, Prime Minister also praised SAIPAK's efforts in advancing the renewable energy industry, especially solar energy in the country.
A follow-up on the story of 2 young brothers who fell critically ill after consuming snack crackers suspected to be contaminated with rat poison in Georgetown, Penang. One of the brothers, a 3-year-old Muhammad Akil Shauki Nur Sufyan, passed away earlier today at Penang Hospital after a valiant 3-day battle for his life. Kulim District Police Chief Superintendent Muhammad Azizul Muhammad Khairi confirmed that Muhammad Akil Shauki succumbed to his condition at approximately 8:30 a.m.
Meanwhile, his 2-year-old brother, Muhammad Luth Shauki, remains in critical conditions under intensive care at the same hospital. The boy's mother, 25-year-old Nuain Hasno Rizal, shared her heartbreak with reporters at the hospital's forensic medicine department. She whispered the words, "I accept this," to her son Muhammad Akil Shauki before he died and was able to touch his cheek and hand during her visit around 7 a.m. Overwhelmed by grief, she has yet to decide whether to take legal actions against the individuals responsible for leaving the poison crackers. The young boy's body is expected to be buried in his hometown at Kampung Banggul Berangan, Kulim, on Wednesday evening following an autopsy. The tragic event traced back to Sunday when the 2 brothers found the crackers near an iron wire fence at Kampung Padang Ubi, Labu Besar, Kulim, Kedah. It is believed that the snack was deliberately laced with rat poison to trap monkeys, a common practice in the area. The severity of the situation became apparent around 11 a.m. when Nur Ain noticed her sons vomiting and foaming at the mouth. They were initially rushed to Kulim Hospital before being transferred to Penang Hospital for further treatment.
A Hawaii airport was briefly evacuated after a Japanese man was found with 2 inert grenades in his hand luggage. Following his arrest, officers cleared the terminal while a bomb squad moved in to investigate the suspicious items which were picked up on an X-ray machine. In a statement, Hawaii police said the Hilo International Airport experienced a brief halt in operation for a little over an hour. The statement further read that a 41-year-old Japanese man was arrested on terroristic threatening charge and remains in custody. Police has then reminded the public that replicas of explosives such as hand grenades are prohibited in checked and carry-on baggage. Israeli Defense Minister earlier today launched multiple deadly strikes across Gaza, hitting a United Nations building which they claim is being used by Hamas militants. Many medical sources also said the IDF attacked a nearby school in the Khan Yunis area, killing at least 29 people, making it the 4th attack on a school in 4 days.
Israel has intensified its air and ground attacks in Gaza City and southern Gaza following the issuance of evacuation orders for tens of thousands of people in the conflict-ridden Palestinian territory. Regarding the UN building, the Israeli military said an overnight attack in Gaza City targeted Hamas and Islamic Jihad operatives allegedly working from within the headquarters of the UN Agency for Palestinians, or UNRWA. According to Israeli forces, they discovered a Hamas tunnel underneath the headquarters in February, although the UN agency has not controlled the building since October. UNRWA has not commented on the recent attack, but has stated it has no way to verify Israeli claims that its facilities are being used by Hamas and its allies. In related news, a medical source said that 4 people were killed and 1 critically wounded in the bombing of a house in the central town of Nuseirat.
كنا احنا قاعدين على باب مدرسه فاتحين النت يعني بنشغل جوالاتنا على اساس انه نتصفح نعرف الاخبار ونشوف الانترنت يعني ونكلم اهالينا واصحابنا فجاء بدون سابق اي انذار تم اطلاق الصواريخ على مجموعه من الاشخاص اللي كانوا فاتحين على النت لا مقاومين لا سلاح لا اي عمليات مقاومه الناس كلها مدنيين.
Another medical source reported that 2 people were killed and 6 injured in a separate strike on a home in Bani Suhaila near Khan Yunis. Previously, Tuesday's deadly strike near the Al-Auda school in Abasan, close to Khan Yunis, prompted new condemnation from Hamas over Israeli military tactics. The Hamas government said the majority of the casualties were women and children. Israel responded that it was looking into the reports that civilians were harmed adjacent to the Al-Auda school, which it acknowledged was near the location of the strike. Israel added that the incident is under review, although skepticism remains about whether any substantial action will be taken, with expectations that Israel may shift the blame to another party.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump harshly criticized President Joe Biden on Tuesday, attacking the Democrat who is under pressure to end his re-election bid after a poor debate performance. In Florida, Trump made his first public appearance since calls for Biden to withdraw began, accusing Democrats of lying to protect the president.
But they're lying in the entire world of Joe Biden's condition. I mean, you see his condition. You see them frantically trying to overturn the results of 50 state primaries and install a new candidate at the behest of their very rich donors.
Meanwhile, commentators have observed that 78-year-old Trump has recently stayed out of the spotlight to let the media focus on the Democratic leadership crisis. However, he abandoned any restraint by calling Biden a corrupt, incompetent, cognitively impaired leader who is barely aware of his own policies. In a bombastic speech filled with exaggerations and falsehoods, Trump claimed that Biden often goes missing from the Oval Office, while his son, Hunter Biden, a convicted felon, and First Lady Jill Biden run the government.
They want Crooked Joe out of the race. It's a shame the way they're treating him. But don't feel sorry for him. He's a very bad guy. He weaponized government. Remember that. He's a very bad guy. Don't feel sorry for him. Florida is going to defeat the radical left Democrat hoaxers and liars, and the election day, we are going to tell Crooked Joe Biden, Joe, you've done a horrible job. You're fired. Get out, Joe. You're fired.
Those were the updates on Tvs Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching and have a good night.